Hey, but moving on with the show. Hey, this happened right before we hopped on. Glad I decided to record late. I'm a procrastinator, clearly. But LSU making waves here. Added Arizona State quarterback Jayden Daniels, the quarterback. So now LSU was going to go into spring with 3 quarterbacks. Now they got 4. And of course, when Brian Kelly got there, he convinced Miles Brennan to pull his name out of the transfer portal, stay at LSU, compete for this starting job. Most people assumed it was going to be Miles Brennan. Now, it still could be, but now you're adding Jayden Daniels, who started, I think it's something like 25 games for Arizona State. During the Corona year, they only had, I think, 4 games. It's wacky how they did it out there in the Pac-12. They didn't really have football, but true freshman season, the guy lit it up. This is the same guy that took a visit to Missouri, and there was speculation that he had committed to Missouri. Obviously, that's false because it's official. Jayden Daniels has already signed with LSU. Recruitment's over. He's going to be in Baton Rouge for spring football. Now we got a 4-man race here. Jayden Daniels, Miles Brennan, Garrett Nussmeier. Those guys all have college experience. And then incoming 5-star freshman Walker Howard. Now we got a 4-man race here at LSU. And even Jayden Daniels at Missouri, I was kind of trying to figure out why that fit. At LSU, I'm not really seeing it. I mean, according to ESPN's analytics, Jayden Daniels last season worse than Emory Jones, Adrian Martinez, and Jake Bentley. My God, I didn't even realize Jake Bentley's still in college football. I think he was down there at South Alabama. But if those players were better than Jayden Daniels last season, what's LSU really getting here? Again, they're getting a guy that very touted as a freshman. A lot of analysts were hyping up as a big-time draft prospect, Jayden Daniels. Now he's leaving Arizona State somewhat disgraced. If you've seen the video that was posted online, his former Arizona State teammates were clearing out his locker and cussing him out and just saying what a terrible player he was. Now, I don't know the backstory. No idea. Maybe it was something personal. Maybe they just don't like the guy. I don't know. But that's what you're getting in LSU. And let's throw up these little stats here from SEC StatCat, friend of the show. LSU fans, not big fans of Max Johnson, held on to the ball too long, took too many sacks. Jayden Daniels had a higher sack rate than Max Johnson last year, according to SEC StatCat. So it's interesting. And I still think that Miles Brennan is going to be the starting quarterback for LSU if he sticks it out, competes with Jayden Daniels going into the debut season of the Brian Kelly era. But here's the thing. I don't necessarily blame LSU for adding Jayden Daniels either, because I think Miles Brennan is going to be the starter. I'm sticking with my Miles Brennan to be the starting quarterback with a caveat that he can stay healthy. And that's not something that he's been able to do clearly. Time and time again, he gets injured. And compounding the fact that LSU offensive line, huge concern down there in Baton Rouge. Miles Brennan, not the most mobile guy. That's the strength of Jayden Daniels' game. Very, very mobile player. But again, let's throw up these more numbers here from SEC StatCat. This is something that Nate Edwards, we had on the show last week. Go back and check it out when the Jayden Daniels Missouri speculation was heating up. Something he pointed out. I mean, the guy just does not push the ball down the field. Beyond 10 yards down the field, this guy is basically non-existent completion percentage down the field. So you're getting dink and dunks, but you're getting a runner that could get the ball out quick, I guess, behind the line of scrimmage or within 10 yards. That's what it looks like you're getting in Jayden Daniels. So, again, I'm seeing some people, my God, this is a game changer. LSU just landed a quarterback. I'm pumping the brakes on that. Clearly, you'd rather have options at quarterback than none at all. We've seen, that can derail your season incredibly quick. But, I know LSU went into the bowl game last year, didn't have any quarterbacks. Miles Brennan was already in the transfer portal. Garrett Nussmeier saving his red shirt. Walker Howard was not on campus yet. So they already had 3 guys going into spring. Now they're going to have a 4th. And how often do we see 4 guys really work out? in college football at the quarterback position. This leads me to believe one of those guys may leave. So if you're adding Jayden Daniels for depth and it costs you a guy, is it really worth it? Remains to be seen. But interesting move. But again, I don't fault the coaches for doing this because Miles Brennan has not shown the ability to stay healthy, and we may need a quarterback with mobility given the transition there on the offensive line. So, this could be a good move, but until, I don't know, I'm reserving judgment till we see it on the field because this guy, while he had an outstanding freshman season, sophomore season, not great. Last season, 10 interceptions, 10 touchdowns. I think his worst completion percentage of his career last season at Arizona State. He's certainly trending in the wrong direction. Maybe Brian Kelly and company, Mike Denbrock, their new offensive coordinator, maybe they can turn him around.